All right, welcome back. Jeff Powers, what are you going to be doing Tuesday night?
I will be at Golden Hall, bringing our coverage, political coverage, which is always a fun experience.
You know, it's a very fun night, and it's basically.
You're going to be there too.
I'm going to actually be here.
You're going to be
here.
Here.
Be here at the studio.
That's right. You're going to be coordinating.
Yeah. Coordinating. But it's also basically Christmas night for political analyst John Dadian. He is with us this morning.
Yes.
And I say that, and I'm not joking either. John, this is
Christmas, Super Bowl,
and
everything over
night,
into one.
Right, you love this night.
Absolutely. It all boils down to one night.
Right, and let's, all the joking aside now, let's get down to business because there's a lot to talk about before Tuesday night. Following this mayor's race, and do you think it's gotten bigger and hotter than we ever thought it would, or do you think it's exactly where we thought it would be 6 months ago, ending up on election night, June 5th?
No, I think it is hotter because, again, one of the differences between this and past open mayor's races in San Diego over the past couple of decades, you had 4 very credible candidates. Normally you have 2 and then you have some gadflies on the ballots. This you had 4 credible candidates, so we really didn't know where this is going. It does look like it's breaking a little bit, but not dramatically.
Every race gets a little nasty. Do you think that the ads, particularly this latest Police Officers Association ad, was it below the belt? Was it unfair, or was it on the mark for an important issue?
I don't think it was below the belt because, again, I'm from the old school that nothing's below the belt. Carl DeMaio made the point, and he's accurate. It's slander and libelous if it is untrue. It's not if it is true. There have been campaigns that have been sued in the past, and that there have been, successes where they proved that it was not true. It looks like the POA has documentation, and they're standing by their ad.
Well, we've seen the vote, so we have the vote on tape, so it's clear what the vote was.
John, 11 o'clock Tuesday night, who do you think will be our mayoral candidates after this primary? Put you on the spot now.
How dare you do that? Again, to reiterate what we've said for the past 6 months is for the public to understand, technically somebody could win on Tuesday night if they get 50% plus 1 vote, simple majority.
Okay.
We don't predict that's going to happen. All the polling, everybody, even the candidates don't predict that's going to happen. Conventional polling right now, and some of the polls I have problems with, there's so many different methods of polling that some are more accurate than the others, but it's the insiders say that it looks like it's probably going to be Carl DeMaio coming first, Bob Filner. Democratic Party is doing a great push for their Democratic candidates.
Yeah, we've seen that push late.
Absolutely. I was speaking on Friday, and my counterpart was the chair of the Democratic Party. He had some great points, but clearly they're extremely organized. That's why Filner gets in, even though the Democrat doesn't appear on the ballot. But it looks like it's going to be those 2. But, of course, right now, Mr. Fletcher, Ms. Dumanis would disagree with me, and they say that they're going to do it. And, again, I've been in so many campaigns where the predictions have been wrong. So literally anything can happen Tuesday night.
As so often happens, almost every year we see this with the absentees. They come out around 8:20, 8:15, and doggone it, if it doesn't stay true to that form.
Absolutely, Jeff. They come out early, and again, that's not all the absentees. It's the ones who got in early because they were able to get them in. But right now, the statistics that we're looking at is of the total vote on Tuesday, the final mayoral vote, it looks like 50% will be cast by absentee ballots, which is, it gets higher every year. Of those, last time I checked the other day, more than 25% have already been sent in.
Historically, John, when we have somebody that's the top 2 finishers in any particular, be it a congressional race, a Senate race, a mayor's race, is there much movement in the primary to the general? Is there, does that happen often or not often?
Oh, absolutely. It happens quite a bit for a couple reasons. The biggest reason is, obviously, you only have 2 candidates where you had more than 2 before, so those votes have to go somewhere. And you'll see the top 2 courting those votes immediately. And what they'll try to do is they'll try to get their opponents in the primary who they said nasty things about to get them to endorse them, and hopefully that'll bring their supporters with them. Specifically, you mentioned several races, but specifically in the mayor's race, the last 3 open mayor's race in San Diego, the person who came in number 2 was the next mayor. So that's it's a little unique.
John, we got one more question for you because we got to wrap up our time right now. So I'm going to ask you to make this bullet point answers for us. For people in San Diego, what other races, what other ballot measures should we be keeping our eyes on Tuesday night?
County Supervisor, 3rd District. It represents 1/5 of the county, mostly coastal north. First time it's an open seat in 2 decades.
Big deal.
So that's a big one. The 52nd Congressional, Brian Bilbray has 2 Democratic opponents and then a couple of Republicans. That's a big deal. Those are the 2 hot ones.
Lori Saldana coming in this morning.
She's going to be on their show in a little
She's
bit.
in that 52nd.
Yep.
Her and Scott Peters are 2 Democrats. Brian Bilbray, the incumbent, will probably get in one of the spots. It's the new open primary. First time in the history of the state that we're doing that method. Bilbray gets in, and then one of those 2 Democrats.
Could be interesting. Great. All right, John, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will see you Tuesday night.
I think I'll be there.
You
Thanks,
think?
John.
I think I'll make an appearance.
All right. Thank you, John.
It's his Christmas